Hello and welcome back to Factorio. We are in Exotic Industries. And last episode I rage quit because all my buildings were exploding. So, these exotic assemblers, when they are handling up-down matter, explode unless they are within the effect range of one of these matter stabilizers. The problem I've got is that I harvested 2 of these alien matter stabilizers from the wilderness, and I have 4 builds. And I hadn't built the builds understanding that I needed matter stabilization as part of the build. So, yeah, everything is crap. Now, I could probably drop one of these in here somehow and stabilize this build. I could find a way. But that would still leave me with the 1 stabilizer and 3 other builds. So I'm 2 stabilizers short. Now there is a recipe in game to make them, but the recipe in game does that cover the whole thing? It might do actually. I might be able to drop it in there and cover the whole. Yeah, I think that covers all. No, I don't know if it covers that one. Anyway, I'm wittering. We can find a way to slip in a stabilizer and make it work. But that's just a stabilizer for the 1 build. So, my options are build a spaghetti build here, which does a bit of all the processes and just gets us bootstrapped up so that we can craft the stabilizers we need. Or I can run around with these stabilizers, stabilize individual builds and get things going that way. So I think I'm going to go the bit by bit route. Okay, now I'm trying to find out where I can put this. So this doesn't stabilize all the machines here. I would need it to be maybe there to stabilize them all. All right, let's make some room. Okay, and grab our stabilizer. So I may have to redo these builds as well. Whoops, that's not what I'm after. The alien stabilizer is here. Okay, so this only hits the bottom 3. I kind of want to hit them all. I'm going to hit the bottom 3, and I'm just going to take away these inserters. Okay. And grab whatever these have. Okay, and we will figure something out. Okay. Maybe if I make that blue, it will reach. So these builds are going to be a mess until we have worked it out with various capitals. Okay, so this should be like that. Let's drain this off. That's better. Sometimes it's difficult to see inside undergrounds. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I have a load of these things now, which can be donated to the cause. I have some. Do I have blue chips? No, I'm trashing those, so they'll end up back in the network. Okay, that wasn't quite far enough. Good, that's the blue chips. So these now have blue chips and the data. They don't have any up matter. Is this up matter here? No, it's not. So very little up matter is being made because it's made by rocket launches. So I need to go along to another build and harvest it. So these things also, this requires down matter, and these explode. So I need to stabilize this build as well. All right, so let's stabilize what I can of this build. Okay, so there's no highlighting to tell me what. Oh, there's a green line. Okay, so this machine isn't covered. I don't know if you can see it. There's a very faint green line coming out of the matter stabilizer, going to the machines it's covering. So I'm just going to remove some inserters here to stop these machines running. Okay, and this machine also. Alright, so then let's dump everything into there. And put this back. So is this going to craft without exploding? And... okay. So this one exploded. So... I've created an EU magnet. So it looks like I need quite a lot of stabilizers. Do these have a hint on them to tell me how stabilized they are? No. Okay, that's annoying. But we have some of these. Alright, and let's look here. So this has some lines. Okay, and the lines are going to 3 machines on each side. Okay, and it's missing the up matter. So let's run over to where I know we have some. That's not it. This is it. Okay, so we have some here. So I'm going to grab 1 stack of up matter. And I'm going to manually put it into these 2 machines. In fact, manually into these 4. Okay, so that gets us some EU circuits. Now, I don't know how many EU matter and EU circuits we need for a stabilizer, and so a matter stabilizer needs 16 high-tech parts. And a high-tech part requires 1. So I need 16 of these magnets and of these chips. Okay. And these will be being snarfed to be put into this build, won't they? Alright, so I think what I'm going to do to make sure this doesn't happen is turn that belt. That's it. So now that belt, even if things get delivered here by trucks, they'll get stuck there rather than going in and being used to make things. Right, these take a long time to craft. I think I knew that already. But never mind. And that goes there. Okay, so that's the 16 I need of those. I'm probably miscounting this, so I'm going to let these builds run. And I'm going to head over... Oh no, because I need to pick up these stabilizers, don't I? I need to pick up these stabilizers to move them to the next 2 builds once I've got enough product. So, let's have a look here. That's only 10. Well, I think I've got my 16 here, so I can take... Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Cut it there. Alright. I should have just had a... Yeah. Alright. So... These have made all they need to make. I can grab this stuff out of them because I think that's sufficient. So when they finish crafting, yep, they've finished crafting. Good, I can take this with me. Alright, so then let's run over to the next build. This isn't it. This isn't it. This isn't it. I've got lost. Let's look on the map. That might help. No, I'm standing right by it. Okay, so this build here, these just need their inputs and then they're ready to go. So I need to stabilize this. So let's take the one stabilizer I have. Okay, and we will give it some inserters. So these should start running. And then I need to stabilize these guys, but not until I have in at least 16 of these circuits. I've got 16 circuits. It's the EU magnets I need more of. Okay, so I think I can... Let's have a look over here to see what's holding this up. Alright, so this is still running. It's just running slowly. That's 12. And the issue is these magnet things. Neodymium magnets. So let's chase up why the neodymium magnets are being slow. They're being made here. Okay, and we have 14 magnets in storage. Is everything running though? Yes, it looks like everything in this build is running. So it must have been a historical issue with inputs somehow. Hang on, these aren't getting wire. Okay, so this split belt is too slow. Well, we can fix that by upgrading the belt. This probably worked when it was lower tier machines. Right, and while we're here, let's upgrade these and these and these. No doubt things are out of ratio now. We probably need a fifth one of these plate makers, but such is life. We'll see if the... is the belt reaching for... Is the cable going further down the belt? The answer is I don't think so. I think it would have done if I hadn't upgraded. Let's upgrade the belt one further. And the purple belt is twice as fast as the blue. So to fully load half of it, we need to upgrade this bit of belt to blue. Which is happening now. Good, okay. So this should have improved our... Oh good, we've got wires going all the way to the end here. And what is wrong with this? It doesn't have gold plate or neodymium plate. Because I never added these. Well, that's awful. So this build was always running at less than half speed. Okay. So then in a moment, if we look at the production stats, we should see our magnet production rate go through the roof. Let's have a look. So P for production. Okay, let's have a look at magnets. Over 1 hour. Okay, over 10 minutes. Here we are. Okay, we've gone from 35 to 120 by fixing the idiot mistakes in the build. The other thing I want to have a look... Okay, that seems to be stabilizing out now. So, bad builds don't run well. And we're consuming more than we are making. I'm not sure if that's a fair reflection. Yeah, it looks like we can certainly consume them faster than we are making them. Okay, and then let's have a look. We're not only making cable in that cable build, so there's no point looking at the cable statistics. Okay, so do we have 14 of these? So I think once the next truck delivers, we can cut this belt and then consider that build done for now. Okay, so let's look back over wherever it was here. Okay, so these are backing up on the belt, so we've made enough of those. So we can take these arms away, and we can move this over to here. Because this is literally what we're having to do. Alright. Alright. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for these to finish crafting. I can take all... Yeah, I can take all that away to mean this is the final craft. That's it. So we can now pick this up. And we can put it down here somewhere. This is a really funny shape. It is 5 tiles. Okay. Well, for the sake of now, let's do that. And have that pick from a tile higher. Then we can drop this in here. Good. Okay, and then I can put these circuits in here. And these are crafting without exploding. Who knew? Just sort out a bit of trash. No, that's fine. So then what I need to do is handcraft some matter stabilizers. Okay, we've made some high-tech parts. This makes a bunch of down matter. That's going to be a problem, I guess. At some point we'll back up on the stuff. Alright, so high-tech parts, we have 15 of them. I need 16 to get my first matter stabilizer. Okay. So that should be enough. So can I craft a matter stabilizer? There it is, matter stabilizer. So it needs some carbon fiber, advanced motors, odd plating. And it's made in just a normal assembler. So that's something that we can do in the Make Everything. And I've no idea how many matter stabilizers we will need. They're quite expensive, so I guess I want to make very few. But let's at least start them off. Okay, so matter stabilizer is here. Give it everything I can give it. Okay, and we're going to limit this to matter stabilizers are 4 of them, I guess. I don't know. And I am going to request in matter stabilizer. And for now, I'm going to request in 10. So I should get them as they are made. Right, what do we not have? Carbon fiber. Okay. We have an issue with carbon fiber production, but I think we fixed that. Yeah, so there's a truck coming in. I'm going to add a second truck here. Just because carbon fiber is a really low stack product. And our good carbon fiber build is all the way over here. Our good carbon fiber build isn't running, which is a bit of a problem. Interesting. So it has the explosives. This does not have crushed coal. This has produced crushed coal. This has not input it. That's what I should have done. Turned that belt. No, I shouldn't have. That was a mistake. Okay. I need to get this crushed coal into these machines. Okay, I think that's an in-person problem. So let's teleport over there. If I can find the teleporter. And we'll see if we can fix that build. Okay, So this is Shiva City. Okay. So I need to get this crushed coal into these machines somehow. And how do we do it? Okay, let's take a blue belt. Okay. So I need somehow to get an arm into this machine from this belt. No, that's not it. I want to drop there. Okay, that's the right distance out, but too far back. Okay, so is that... That should be picking up. Double check. Crushed coal, coke. Crushed coal. Nope. So I've got my coal and my coal coke mixed up. Okay. So this was always correct. Crushed coal, coke. Never said a recipe. Okay. So that was the whole issue. I had never set the recipe on this crusher. That is, I wouldn't say depressing, but yes, depressing. Okay, we've made a matter stabilizer. Let's teleport back and really confuse the logistics bot, which is trying to deliver it to me. Rocket launch! Yay! Okay. So we're going to work through the production chain, I guess. Bit by bit. Alright, so that's there. I can put another one there, which will cover the other half of our build. So I put a request in for matter stabilizer, and we have one. Okay. So it has a reduced range, but seems to be the same size. Yeah, it's the same size. Alright, so I can put that there. And it's telling me it's stabilizing these two machines. That's fine. So I can now turn these machines on. There. Good. This is stabilized, so I can now run that through. And I can, in the make everything, add in a request for matter stabilizers. Add in a truck. Right. Do we have room for more trucks? We are absolutely filling up all of our requester spots, aren't we? There's a bunch of these where I've got stone being made in one of them, which seems... Yeah, I think we don't need this stone, do we? So if I turn off my bots... Good. So then this can be matter stabilizers. Sorry, high-tech parts. There we go. Alright, good. We seem to have some carbon fiber actually in the network here. And then, with any luck, a truck will manage to go get some and start building some more of these things. Do I have any more made? So let's have a look at our requests. Okay, I have 0 of 10. And it's... Yeah, it's one shun, the high-tech parts. I might go and sneak in at that. Oh, it's made an exotic age technology pack. It must have taken those high-tech parts we just made and delivered them to science. Which is lovely. I'm not going to complain, except I'm complaining. Okay. Okay, is there a better way, now that we've got this, is there a better way to build this? I kind of want the stabilizer to be in the same place as those beacons, which is frustrating. These have a shorter range, so I guess it's a left and a right type job. So, I think I'm going to end up pulling up my previous builds to make them stabilizable. Although they don't need beacons as other builds, so that's not such a problem. Okay. When the next lot of parts comes through, I'm going to snarf them. What are we out of? Circuits. Okay, so let's go see if I can do anything about circuits. Okay, and there. And to make this work, I needed some exotic matter. Feels really funny to be... Okay, they're too far out. They're not stabilized sufficiently. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to be really careful about these builds, aren't we? We're gonna have to build them around the stabilizer. Right. That's how we're gonna do it. So let's have a think about what we would do for a replacement build, and we'll do it for one of these, and it will work for the other. Let's move that over. Okay, and I'm going to turn my bots back on. So this is our original build, which there's nothing wrong with except it explodes, which is not ideal, right? So I wonder which way a truck will come for these. Anyway, so we have these matter stabilizers. So we can either use one of them or we can use two of them to stabilize the build. So I could put one there and one there, and that would stabilize the whole of this build. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because it's the simplest, stupidest fix. Whoops. I didn't get there quick enough. Okay, take all those arms away, because I do not want this half of the build running while I don't have this stabilizer. Okay, but if I put that back... Yeah, so that half is now running. Yeah, it does have 4 lines coming off it. So what does this say when I hover over it? Crafting speed of 2. And I can't see anything telling me what it stabilizes or which machines it is stabilizing or how much. And these don't give me a stabilization number. So I just have to hope, I guess. I guess that's where we're up to. Okay, so this is now stabilized on the second side. So I can now take the whole of this. There we go. So this seems stabilized now, and hopefully our magnets are getting delivered. Let's double check the magnet build is running still. No, so these are still short of wire. Okay, and the wire is not happening because we are out of plastic. The plastic builds are all the way up here, which is admittedly a long way away. But they're not happening because of coal coke. Okay. And let's just double check this is all fine. Yeah, this is all This is backed up, backed up, backed up. Yeah, so I think the issue here is coal coke, of all things. All right, so let's have a look. Where do we make coal coke? Here. Okay, we make coal coke here, and there's an arbitrary amount of it, which we can increase arbitrarily from memory. Yeah, so the issue is that we don't have enough trucks delivering coal coke to plastic. So let's go fix that, because as far as I can tell, that is enough plastic to run everything for a while. Alright, so let's get some trucks. Bump it up to 5. Okay. I never thought it would be coal coke that would be bottlenecking my factory, but I guess we live and learn. These are some of the Generation 1 module builds, aren't they? They use speed 3s. So we will probably end up redoing these if we fully make our mega base. We'll probably do some end-to-end builds for things. Okay, yeah, and plastic is definitely the bottleneck here. It's bottlenecking on these red circuit builds. Okay. Let's see if this settles. So at the moment there's 5 trucks out, but what I want to see is it quite stable with only 2 trucks out, for example. Because that will tell us that it's being supplied fast enough. Okay, so how are we doing? Yeah, I think we're good. So I'm just going to run the rate calculator over here to figure out how much coal coke we are consuming. Okay, so it's 1,440 coal coke sunk. And this produces 9, so that's not enough. Okay, so it looks like we're going down to fix that legacy build. Here we are. Okay, so the obvious way to fix this build is to treble it. Can we treble it in the space we have? Okay, it's not beautiful. I literally absolutely do not care. I just want a build which runs. Okay. Here we are. Alright, so what's the crack? We need a hole over there to make sure that's working. And then these furnaces. We're not making the furnaces. Okay, so let's go back to our make everything and make those furnaces. I guess they were just so early on in the game that we literally never automated them. Okay, so these are coke furnaces. Okay, they're dirt cheap. So we'll just do them when coke is less than 50. Okay, this should essentially treble our coke production, and that should take care of our plastic for a while. All right. So let's take this. All right, so really I should have one of these here and one of these here. So let's put that there for now. We can always replace it. And now this build can run. So let's grab that. I don't want to grab it with the machines, do I? Because the machines will reset the recipes. Here we are. Good. We can reset this to U circuits. And what are these not getting? The up matter. Yeah, so that's going to be a recurrent theme, I think. But this is fully stabilized now. And this here is fully stabilized. So we are ready to go. And the issue is up matter. So the up matter comes from here. And this comes from the exotic rocks. And the exotic rocks comes from mining. And mining is not happening because of rocket parts. So, rocket parts is the next beaconed module build we're going to do in our rocket city. But that's definitely not a job for today. So I'm going to leave it there. Please, thank you very much for watching. I realised the last 4 or 5 episodes have been scrappy as I've been ending up with builds which explode rather than builds which build. It's just the way it is sometimes. Anyway, if you're still enjoying yourself, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.